Yeah, both as bad as each
I don't even know. Where's my mic? There it is. I knew
See?
where my mic was. It's in front of me. I was touching it. But, anyways, hello and welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the Lounge Live tonight. I'm Lethal Coils. We've got my man Vaping with CJ and Frank Wolf. And, of course, we've got a very special guest tonight, Wired Talk with Big G. Big G, how are you, my friend?
Not too bad, sir. Not too bad. Cheers for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime. Tuna, get out of here. Thank you.
That happened last week.
Hold on.
You need to lock the Zoom room down, man.
I am doing that right now. I can't. What could possibly go wrong? Right? What could possibly go wrong? Is there?
I know it's your show, man.
Let's wait a couple of minutes and see what happens here. But anyways, Big G, it's a pleasure to have you on with us, my friend. Another great coil builder, far better than I, sir. And you work with ribbon wire. I can't work with ribbon wire.
Takes practice, man.
I know it takes a lot of practice. So why don't we start as we always do with our buffets? Frank, why don't we start with you this time?
Dude, I just had a mental block because of all those dangle packs that you've been having. For whatchamacallit, Axial, yeah. In that I have Smacks, Pony on Acid, and then Vicious Ant with a dang RDA on top of it. In that I have Illusions Nirvana. And then Ellie Dreamer, Ellie Lucid. And that, dude, this is actually like my kind of like a favorite vape of mine. Crunchy Sin. It's KVTV helped me out with this. It's a crunchy cinnamon.
Seriously?
Yeah, whatever. I forgot. And then whatchamacallit, Dot Mod AIO, and that I have Melon Trio, and then Rattel XS, and that I have
Holy cow, it's a KVTV in chat.
Razzle Dazzle, yeah. CJ, yo, wake up.
It's your turn, buddy. It's your turn.
Changes some battery.
That was quick.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the Crunchy Sin. Thanks, man.
Is that it? You done?
It's your turn. Go.
Oh, it's my turn.
I'm sitting here looking at chat waiting for you to say something.
I need some coffee or something. Right. Sorry.
I've been telling you, I could just do.
Right, so vaping on this, the Geek Vape Aegis X with the Blotto on top of there, with some Clown Pennywise iced out. I've got the SX Mini G Class with the Zeus X on top of that. I need to turn that mod on. I've got Ruthless Antidote on ice. That's what I've got in there. I'm on the APV. Is it APV? Yeah, V3 Mini with some Zeus Juice Atlantis. And finally, I'm on the Geek Vape Boost with some Riot Squad. That's not the right bottle. Riot Squad Pink Grenade. It's a Nixol. So there we go. That's me. Big G, tell us what you're vaping on.
I'm on the drop on the top side dual, and I've just got some local e-liquid by Vape Magic, which is leprechaun dust. It's like a fruity pink lemonade, and then I have the Ardent on top of the Dreamer stack. Ooh. And Turkish cake, sorry. I have Turkish Harvest and another one, but yeah, Turkish cake. That's it.
Very nice.
Over to
Very
Chris.
nice. Now, I have just...
Lethal.
Yes, sir. Oh, yes, you said Chris. They know me as both. They don't know my last name, I don't think, but
All right.
they know me
Nobody
as Chris
knows my
too.
name.
His last name is
Bojangles.
Chris O'Jangles.
Chris Bojangles. That's my name. Don't wear it out. First up, we've got that Unicorn Mods Vert mod with the Odium or the Unicorn V2 RDA on top there. Very, very nice. In that, we've got some Gorilla Custard Tobacco from ENB. And next up, we've got the dual 21700 parallel box mod, the Warlock's Hammer, with the nice blue Apocalypse Gen 2 on top there with the matchy blue drip tip. In that, we've got more Gorilla Custard. This one is Strawberry. And we've also got that Hexome V3 O-frame.
Nice.
With the Twisted Messes TM24 Pro on top there. In that, I'm just finishing off this bottle of Nancy's Flancocho, the Sabores del Encanto stuff. Really, really good. I'm trying to get through these because I have another bottle of guava flaky pastry waiting for me. So I'm really excited to get to that one, but I got to get through the rest of these bottles first. I've got a problem where I can't start a bottle until I finish the bottles that are in front of me. So...
Dude, I have the opposite problem.
Really?
I
You
just
can't
keep
finish a bottle of
opening
juice?
all bottles that's in front of me and not finish it.
Oh, man. But finally, what we've got is the Voopoo Drag Nano pod kit. And in there, we've got some Sad Boy Teardrops, Blueberry Jam Cookie. And that stuff's really good, too. And that's what I'm on for vapes. Why don't we go ahead and say hello to people in chat? CJ, you want to take it away?
Oh Christ! If I butcher your name, I do apologise right now.
We're doing it to wake you up, man. We're actually helping you.
Yeah.
Do you know you really need it?
You don't talk much on the other shows, so
And,
this is my
And
way
it's
of
yours.
making you talk.
so 808 Kevin, nice to see you, my man. Someone called Vaping with Water Closet or something. Reverend Vapes, how you doing? Stu Rep. Is it Zion?
Xeon.
Xeon.
How are you? Rajan, how you doing? Ruben, nice to see you. I said Stuart. KVTV, how are you? Frank Wolfbite, hello. Tuna, nice to see you. Red.
For the second time.
We've got Big D Vapes in there. How are you, Danny? We've got James in there. We've got...
Oh, no.
Oh, Christ. I'm just going to say Schweinsteiger for that one. I am not pronouncing that last name.
I'm going to have a go. Schweinsteiger, Wolfschlag, Steinhausen, Bergdorf.
Close, very close.
That's like that long name in Wales.
Schlegel, Steinhausen,
Landfrey, Laka,
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Jesus.
Holy crap.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
If I've butchered any of your names, I do apologise. So, welcome to the show, everybody.
Apologies to that guy.
Show. Yes, welcome indeed to the show. That was our buffets. That was our shout-outs. Now it's time for a little bit of what's in the news. Well, I can't do what's in the news, Poon Sauce, because what's in the news, Poon Sauce is a different show. And it's our news segment is what I meant to say. And that is handled by Mr. Frank Wolf. So, Frank, take it away. What do we got?
So, they say that there's a scary relationship, and this is by HuffPost.com. I don't know how reliable they are. Like
Huffington
what
Post
my
is-
how my co-hosts usually say it when I give him news, but like the scary relationship between vaping and the Bud Light virus. Yeah, I can't say that name because you know this video
Bud
might
Light.
get flagged, and yeah, you know it. So if they say if there's ever a time to quit vaping, it's now. So they say that using electronic cigarettes, by the way, which involves inhaling a mixture or inhaling a mixture of flavors, nicotine, and chemicals, then spewing it into a fine mist is never safe. But especially not during this pandemic.
Yep.
Okay. And then they say that the Bud Light virus preys on the lungs. It's so hard not to say it.
With the side of Lyme disease.
Okay,
Uh,
so little disclaimer, folks. Apparently, things have been happening within YouTube, so we're not allowed to say the deadly C word. So we're changing it to the Bud Light virus tonight.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. So the Bud Light virus says that once the infection reaches your nose or your throat, it starts it starts it starts itching towards your respiratory tracts, right? And it triggers inflammation along the way. So they say that vaping raises your chance of infection. So the most obvious issue they say is that it damages your lungs. When you vape, you take in harsh chemicals, and that it immediately damages your cells in your respiratory system rather.
I mean,
So
I mean
uh,
that. I mean that. I mean, if you already have a sort of problem with your lungs already, it may affect, something like asthma or something like that. It
yeah,
could, it could, it could do further damage. But if you have clean lungs already, I don't see how that was.
no,
Perfectly
like
fine.
it's true,
Perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
right?
It's no
And
different
then
than an inhaler.
you see like this kinds of news where it's like, oh yeah, it raises your chances of infection to this Bud Light virus. It's so hard not to say it. Fuck. Um, and then the thing is, you see people using those inhalers, right? And then it's the same actual ingredients as what it has on those e-liquids that we do vape.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of people would say like, "Oh yeah, that's why New York, does it under the table where they meet up in 3 a.m. in the morning and then passes a budget where it's like, oh yeah, let's ban vaping. Good job." Like it's just like so much of this news is taking advantage of this pandemic,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't it already sucks for everyone, right? You can't go out, or you can't hang out with your friends. You need to be, 6 feet apart, social distancing. But this is just clearly taking advantage of what the situation is.
yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think, Chris? Quiz?
I think it's a little ridiculous. I mean,
As
I mean, the thing is, we're not scientists, are we?
no,
it's got.
but I mean,
we can't see what's going on deeper into it. But at face value, it does seem a little bit
they've
silly.
tried their hardest. They've tried their hardest to blame everything on vaping.
Yeah,
And that,
They even created a new illness
right, and that's
caused by
just it.
vaping the Holy Valley bullshit, which is just a number of any conditions. Any number of different conditions that are just grouped into this valley label.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's bullshit. It's just using it. They're using it for their own agenda, pure and simple.
Well, you're absolutely right.
I can see that.
They are
Yeah.
using it for the wrong agenda, and
Especially fucking Cuomo.
yeah,
Cuomo
and
or
that's
whatever
what
his
I
name
was.
is.
That's what I said a while back. Was it's the common reach around. Distraction. redirection, misdirection. That's the word I'm looking for.
Misdirection.
Misdirection. It's classic misdirection. You're looking at the coronavirus and you're not
Bud Light.
expecting. Yeah,
Bud
exactly.
Light.
You're not expecting the reach around with the flavor bands and whatnot. You know, so
Yeah.
it's
It's
just
the new safe word now.
yeah.
Hey, that's my safe word. Bud Light.
Yep, that's our safe
Bud
word.
Light.
Hello, Chaos Pixie. How are you? But yeah, I mean, it's their agenda. You know, it's their MO. It's their modus operandi. You know,
that can be said for the entire vaping industry in the United States in general, can't it? I mean, it's just agendas of these politicians and people in power. It's just what they think.
Yeah, and it's not just like the US taking advantage of it, but you see like big tobacco companies in the UK also taking advantage of it, saying, "Oh yeah, well we are currently developing this kind of medication towards this Bud Light virus," and it says that we're developing tobacco medication to suppress this freaking Bud Light so it doesn't spread. So, like a lot of it is just like taking advantage of like everyone's situation. Like think about, and this is just like recently in the news, right? Think about people who's like around 80 years old, who's, in the shelter homes.
Mhm.
It's like they've been actually been social distancing, but there's still a rate of them or some of them being infected of this disease. So like it's it's just clearly like being us
misappropriation.
unsafe. So I don't know, man. Like it sucks for everyone already. So let's not focus on
On a
Bud Light.
potentially positive note,
yeah,
I
please.
don't know if you've heard, but I guess tomorrow we'll be hearing about um, Trump opening up the government again. He's going to be reopening states and um, opening everything up again. Everything.
Didn't he also say that there's no more Bud Light virus last Sunday
No, he didn't
because
say
it's
that. He didn't say there was no Bud
the
Light virus.
you know everything's okay because we've already contained the Bud Light virus because it's Easter for everyone and the pandemic
No.
actually respects this.
Jason
This-
Leprechaun Parker, what's up, buddy? What's up? Well,
JP, what's up?
that would be the news then. I mean, well, what do you feel about him opening up the government again? You know? What do you think? Bring people back to work? Kids back to school?
Not immediately.
How bad is it over in the States? Is it
Yeah.
is it still very bad, or is it?
It's weird how they put it. The numbers are starting to flatten out, or have started and are continuing to flatten out,
Mhm.
which means that there are less and less people getting sick every day, but the numbers are still really, really high. So
I think it's way too early, in my opinion, because the UK haven't relaxed anything yet, and I don't think they're going to. Personally,
Jackie's son was just told
Um,
another 3 weeks working from home. Okay,
Yeah,
Again,
I
I'm not-
think it it depends on, and let's be honest here. Like the governors should have a say on it. Let's be honest, because it depends on state by state. You know more as a governor than as a president what the situation is, and not to put a politics side of it. And I hate talking about politics, but I mean clearly sometimes it happens that it's actually becoming like a monarchy where he's the king and yeah, let's decide that let's open everything up. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It just really depends on what you really like want it to die down completely, or would
He
you
c-
rather like
He
let
called
it
out
have their
the WHO
last
too.
race? Yeah.
He called them out, like threw the World Health Organization under the bus today in a press conference. It was pretty bad, saying that they were doing something against the WHO, cutting funding or something like that, because of the mishandling of information and the lies, because they knew that this was an issue well before they started making it an issue, and when the U.S. government saw what happened in China and decided to shut down the borders,
Yeah.
the WHO was upset with us. They were not happy with what we did, saying that it wasn't necessary, stuff like that. It was
Don't wanna piss
absolutely
off Roger
necessary. Look at the
Daltrey.
countries that didn't do that, like Italy. You know, look at countries that didn't do that.
It's mainly, the true for the UK as well. I think we left it really late, in my opinion, to close down everything and to get in lockdown. We left it far too late, and that's why we're having the deaths that we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
it's,
so somebody that actually lives, well, somebody that's in the NHS has basically said they're expecting a peak in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Another peak in 2 weeks, so we've not even had the peak yet. That's basically what they're saying here. So you can expect at least another 5 or 6 weeks of lockdown, at least. We're talking about it even going on as long as July, August.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right, CJ. I mean, they left it too late. Before, I mean, they basically, what should have happened was, should have just closed the borders.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as they saw how shit was going down in China and like South Korea had dealings with illnesses like this before. They were, hot in the
I mean,
foot with SARS, and they dealt with that, and they managed to shut it down before it got blown out of all proportion.
I mean, even when Italy, Italy did it bad, we didn't do anything, did we?
Yeah, we should have just went, no, stop all fucking travel in and out.
Yeah.
You're not taking the fucking risk. But they didn't, because they didn't want to jeopardize the flow of money.
On a positive note, I saw something the other day that Oxford University said that they should have a vaccine ready by August.
We're hoping to, because they have started harvesting plasma.
I mean, they started trials. I mean, they started animal testing and stuff when this shit began. They've been doing it for months. And the way that science has come along since this thing started. I mean, we didn't even know what this thing was a few months ago, and now they're saying we'll have a vaccine ready by August time. It's pretty astonishing what they've done.
Yeah.
So. Well, they did manage to produce a vaccine really quick when the swine flu hit us.
Yeah.
There was a vaccine really quick. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
That would be great to see one.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving to another topic.
Yes, we have
Chris,
a guest.
Moving forward.
I'll do my question first. Get it out of the way.
You want to do your question first for
yeah,
our guest, Big G? All right. You go right ahead, my friend.
So, you're stuck in a lift for 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So on your own. What setup would you most like to take with you for those 12 hours in that lift? And one setup, one juice.
Drop with the top side Geo, and that stuff's like crack. In other words, I can't be without it.
Nice. You answered that very quickly. I mean, most people you ask that, they're like, oh, I don't have to think about it.
It took me a long time to find a squonk setup that I was really happy with, but that is just
The top side's amazing.
Yeah. Jackie says a quilt and a pillow.
A quilt and a pillow. That would
You really
help too.
want crack juice with you, says Chaos. No. No real crack juice. That would be.
It's not real crack.
It's not real crack. Big G, I like the shirt, says Erwin Kopecky. Of course, it's a Metallica
Erwin, how's
shirt.
it going,
What is
sir?
there not to love about that shirt?
Yeah, exactly. It's the last good album they ever done.
And Justice
What-
for All. I love that.
Speaking of
album.
the last album that they have,
Wait,
did you actually like the very last Metallica album? What's your opinion on it?
What was the last one again?
The one that had
Death
like
Magnetic?
7 minutes.
Was it Death Magnetic was the last one? No, wait a minute. No, I never listened to that one. I gave up on them, to be honest, after Saint Anger and
yes,
Death
I was
Magnetic.
going to say Saint Anger was the last Metallica album
Lars
I ever
Ulrich
listened
was just, I mean, he might as well have just taken out a biscuit tin, and just have been using that for a snare drum, because I would have shot that sound engineer.
Yeah, like the other ones that they did, like S&M was pretty good.
S&M was incredible.
I
Yeah.
love that album. I've
Death
got it on my
Magnetic is
phone.
good.
Had
But-
some good tracks.
Yeah,
But see, I look at Metallica, like the Metallica that I loved was like the one that I grew up with, which was like from
Kill 'Em All.
Kill 'Em All, and every track was just an absolute winner. Every track, start to
Yeah.
finish. The whole album was amazing, right up until they done Injustice for All. Injustice for All was the last full amazing album, and a lot of people say Black was the last good album, but
I've got
it was too rocky. There was no, I don't know, they're capable of a hell of a lot more. That's why Michael Kamen decided to do S&M with them, is because he said metal is the closest thing to classical music nowadays after classical music.
Sure.
So it's just as technical, but
I've
if you
got
look at anything from the Black Album onwards, there's nothing technical about it.
Black album. I still really love that album though.
I've got to
Some
hold
good
my hands
tracks.
up. I've never listened to Metallica.
You
Never.
owe it to
Yes.
yourself to listen to some Metallica.
bye-bye.
Like he
Bye-bye.
said, listen to some Kill 'Em All,
Go now.
listen to some Ride the Lightning,
You're no longer a host anymore.
some
Ride the
Master of
Lightning and
Puppets.
Master of Puppets, though.
Oh,
Jesus.
Are we friends on Facebook, dude? I'm going to
See,
unfriend
I
you
don't know.
right now.
My standalone go-to Metallica album has to be Injustice for All.
Yes.
That has to be my standalone.
That was always my favourite. Just because it's a beautiful album.
Oh.
Plus, it was the farewell to Cliff.
Oh, was it Cliff Burton's last?
No, it was that was their way of saying farewell. See the song Dyer's Eve?
Mm-hmm.
The bit at the beginning going into it, and it's like the
Oh.
ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding. That was written by Cliff, and it was
Oh.
one of the last things that he ever wrote. So that was their kind of way of saying bye.
You know what you should do to wake up, CJ? Listen to Metallica, man.
Yeah. It's a good way to wake up.
Yes. Yes, it is.
True.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so
The Four Horsemen.
Mo-
What the
moving
hell?
on.
There we go.
So we had Big G today.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but we have Big G today. So tell us, who is Big G?
Yeah.
Who is Big G Vapes? How did you get started on vaping?
Purely functional. I was looking for a way of coming off of cigarettes. It was never intended to be like a hobby. Put it that way. It was a fully purposeful way of giving up smoking.
Did someone lead you to using
No, I
vapes, or-
found it by accident. Actually, I was shopping in the city, and there was one of the very first vape shops that had opened up there. I just happened to be walking by it, and we kind of saw all these e-cig pods. Well, not pods, like the old cartomizers,
Yeah.
with the wax with the wax,
The silica wicks.
wicks and all that, you know. And
Frank, I can see what you put in chat. Just stop it.
Let's just stop that.
What did I put, man? What did I do?
yeah, that's what it was. I just found that and just decided. I mean, I was dual vaping for still quite a few years, but
Yeah.
you know, the amount I was actually smoking came right down. You know,
Good.
so and then I started building coils for.
When
I'm a cheap ass, so I didn't want to keep spending money on the stock coil heads.
so that's
So I just
why you
started
wanted
building.
to start building coils.
Yep, because I'm cheap.
And how long have you been
Sure.
vaping for?
God, when were the cartomizers about?
2015, 14.
Probably around about then, yeah.
In the CE4s and
Yeah, like what did you call the one that had the twist at the bottom? You know, it changed the
Oh.
wattage, but it only ever went up to about 20 watts or 25 watts. It was a
I don't
spinner
know.
or something.
I wasn't
Was it
vaping that.
Ego or something.
Ego?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Okay. An ego
Yeah.
pen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crap.
Crap.
You're going back to
Compared
it was
to
so
crap.
fucking bad.
True.
It's like after 3 hits and it was like dry hits.
Yeah.
yeah,
And how long would you say you've been building coils for?
Since 2000, end of 2017 to going into 2018.
Okay. It's about 2.5 years, 2 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what's
Right, yeah.
so what's your favorite coil to make then? What's your
Favorite
favorite?
coil to make?
Yeah,
Stagger.
Staggers.
Yeah.
Those can be fun.
There's just something satisfying about seeing that second fuse falling in between
Yep.
the first stagger that you done. When it all comes together and you know you get the fuse
Oh yeah.
falling into place, it's so satisfying.
I did that one time. It was entirely accidental. I decided I was going to give it a shot, and it worked out perfectly.
That's the one ego twist.
The
That's
ego
one.
twist and the
The
vision
ego
spinner.
twist, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Tried hard to forget it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did that once, and like I said, I practiced with some ribbon wire for a little while.
KVTV.
Oh yeah. Lando, I am here. Run. Nice to have you with us, Lando. Oh man. Roundabout then. We can have Big G on every week. What?
Roundabout.
Wait.
Sorry, I just went Glaswegian there. I didn't
Oh,
realise I'm
shit.
saying it half the time. I've tried so hard to dumb down my accent, you know, for folk over here. 'Cause folk in Northern Ireland have a hard time understanding me as well. So
You guys need to shush and let him talk. Yes, I know.
I've been quiet for the last 5 minutes.
She's like,
because
no,
I'm
don't
just-
let me talk. I don't want to talk.
fuck, I'll end up stealing the show.
Now,
Don't let me go, please.
don't dumb it down. Let it go.
Please release me.
No.
No, he says. So here's just a random question that popped into my head that I've asked other builders too. And I know several different ways you can straighten your wire. How do you prefer to straighten your wire? Right off the spool? Do you cut it and then stretch it afterwards? Or do you stick it in the drill?
Straight off the spool.
Okay.
Like I'll just where's my 26 gauge? Get it. And then like you know the notches that you get on the crazy wire?
Yep.
I just put it in the notch and just that's it. Just hold it there and just stretch right off the spool. And it's not straight.
Very nice. Very nice. And it's not.
I didn't pull it hard enough.
That's what she said.
Yep.
There you go.
There we go. It's on like Donkey Kong. So, let me see here. I have a thing written down. Do you, Frank, have any kinds of questions that you would choose to ask?
Why me?
Because you never speak. And when
I was just given.
Oh wait, no, it's not that you never speak. You're never here. No, I'm kidding. You weren't here last week, so we missed your
I'm
beautiful
not
voice.
feeling well.
We we missed your beautiful voice, so we wanted to let you talk tonight.
So let's talk about like Ward Talk with like Big G. Like how did you came about with like doing your channel and doing your content? Because I mean, you had like Ward Talk with Big G. You had like Saturday Night Vapor, right? And
Yeah.
you'll have this kinds of content where it caters around not just around building, but this vape advocacy things in UK, like your Fuse Fridays as well. Over 21s, by the way. So
Mhm.
like
That's just for
how-
the US because we don't give a fuck over here. What age you are.
so how do you came about with making your shows or doing your shows? Like
It was well, I used the only channels that I started watching regularly was Black Cat, Whiteface,
Mm,
and Nick Devine.
yep.
They were
Yep.
the only two channels that I really watched, and it was around about the time Black Cat he's taking a break just now. You know, um he just kind of I think he just kind of burned himself out because he was just having to do a lot of advocacy. He felt as if he had to. You know, good on him for doing it, but he was just doing it relentlessly, and it was just taking up, I think, too much of his time.
Yeah.
So he felt as though he kind of had to step away, you know, which is good on him, you know. But when he started to not do as many shows, all the folk that I was talking to regularly in chat on his show and Nick's show were, I wasn't really getting to talk to all of them. You know, they became like friends, you know, like good friends. So I was missing them. So I just decided I was going to start going live and just talk shit. And that's what kind of led to the Saturday Night Vapor show, because it's more the way I like to think of it is just it's not really a vape show. It's vapes kind of like the catalyst, if you like. You know, it's just something to do, you know, and hang out with friends. You know, that's shoot the shit.
Yep.
You know, like just going down the pub, except instead of a pint, you've got a vape. You know, so yeah, that was basically the basis of it. But I mean, obviously, because I do coil building, I've started doing the odd coil tutorial here and there, and I sometimes do a bit of building when I'm live as well. Fail miserably, you know, because for some reason I can't build live. Always goes to shit.
I had a problem
That was
with that
basically
too.
it.
I couldn't build live. Like I was always messing up. Now I can at least build in Zoom calls.
I mean, I even failed a frame staple earlier on today. I thought I'm going to go live. I've got to do a load of coils, you know, so I've got them ready. So I thought I'll do a frame staple, which is like one of the easiest coils that I had to do, and I even fucked that up.
cool. And I think chat has a question where they say, "What do you suggest for first-time coil builders?"
Just
Chaos Pixie
a
was asking.
simple Clapton, which is just like a single core wire, like a 26 gauge, and then just use you're just putting the fuse wire over the top of that one core,
strand, yeah.
like a guitar string, hence the name Clapton.
Yep.
And then, or a fuse Clapton, which is any more than one core. But they are probably the simplest ones to start off with.
Oh,
and you'll
right.
actually get good flavour off of a fuse Clapton, especially if you do.
Mm.
Well, I'm not going to say that to somebody that doesn't begin, that's just beginning, but series fuse Claptons are good.
Yes. Yes. I can attest to that. I've done series fuse Claptons before.
Do you also have like, let's say, any tips for? So let's say, for example, you've already tried series fuse Clapton. You've already tried like tri-cores doing them, but you're having a hard time, let's say, for example, and doing aliens. Like, this is a tip, let's say, for my friend KVTV, who apparently can't do aliens. Let's say he really needs this tip, but
They do take a lot of practice.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the ones that does, a lot of people can't do. It actually took me a good couple of months before I managed to nail my first one, and even then it was only like 4 reps. It wasn't anything to, write home about. But I even told my missus, I was like, I managed to do an alien. She's just kind of looking at me like, well done.
Yeah, seriously, you can ask Chaos Pixie. She'll tell you I almost jumped through the ceiling when the first day I actually built my first alien. I'm like, oh my god, I did it!
So
I
you
was
think you just
freaking out.
invented sliced bread or something, but she's just like, oh, okay. But no, there is a formula that Nick Devine has on his channel. And it's basically like, for instance, if you're doing 3 cores of 26 gauge,
3 to 1 ratio.
you basically do a Clapton, single core Clapton on a 26 gauge wire. And then you loosen that fuse, and that's going to be your alien fuse. And you just want to stretch it out a bit at a time until you see that fuse starting to lay. But you always need to kind of maintain a slight angle. But
when you do yours, do you pre-stretch or do you no stretch?
A pre-stretch.
Yep.
I've done no stretch, but I just prefer stretching.
Me too. I just the control I have over it.
I've done it that many times. Like, I know the size of D-core that I need for one coil, and that's about 5-6 inches maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that if I stretch that out, till my arms are wide, I know that's the stretch I need.
Okay.
That's the way I judge it. Like, you used to see Nick Devine when he was in his old apartment. He would always stretch from his desk to the door of his build room.
That's what I
and that was how he always managed to judge the stretch. He would always stretch it to the top of the door, and that's how he knew it was always going to lie. But we've all got our little kind of methods that we have to get the right stretch. But it works.
Pretty sure CJ doesn't build coils in my basement. What? Oh, he came running up the stairs squealing like a schoolgirl over a boy band, but pretty sure CJ doesn't build coils in my basement.
That's CJ, man. He likes K-pop and boy band.
K-pop.
I pre-stretched once and told her this hasn't ever happened
Do you
before.
know what? I do like a bit of pop though. I do like a bit of pop, but like I'm more into my hip hop.
Bieber fan.
Like
fan.
Rapper like rappers and stuff. I'm more into my hip hop at the minute.
Okay.
So aside from vaping, let's say, is there any other like special interests that you have?
Oh yeah, I'm a vocalist in a metal band.
Ooh.
And can't you see the lighty uppy Star Trek USS Enterprise sitting over there too?
I'm a massive sci-fi nerd as well. Massive sci-fi
I can
nerd.
see it. It's right
Do you like Doctor Who?
Oh yeah.
What do you think of the latest?
Old
What do
Dan
you
here.
think of the
I even
latest?
watch the Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who's just because it's Doctor Who.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about the latest series.
I like your action figure behind you there, Bob.
Master Chief.
Hey,
yeah. And if
Master
you notice,
Chief.
he's actually doing the metal. He's actually throwing the horns.
That's cool. Oh, look at that.
Yep, I've got that
police
as well.
in the box.
Yep. I actually need to dig it out and bring it in here because I have one of those as well.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. And you got the Marcus Phoenix sitting there too.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I'm a massive sci-fi fan and metal music, blues as well, and punk. Love all that stuff.
I don't usually listen to this type of stuff, but you know what I was listening to the other night that I put it on while I was at my workshop building coils. But I put
Eric Clapton.
No, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh man,
Can't beat a bit of Stevie.
I was in the groove so hard.
Yeah,
I loved it.
That's what she said.
Jesus Christ.
See if you watch. Have you ever seen Stevie Ray Vaughan at the Elmo Cambo?
Have I?
Go and watch that. Watch that. It's a live performance that he done at the Elmo Cambo, and I think it's. Oh, I can't remember the name of the place.
I'll have
Somewhere
to
down
check
south.
it out.
Here's who I've been listening to at the minute.
Tenacious D.
Tenacious D. The D.
The D.
Tenacious D.
That is not what she said.
What she
Law.
said.
Our Bones a skater.
How
And
about
yes,
Little Dicky?
and that's also an interest of mine, is keeping fairy tale creatures out of my swamp.
Ooh,
Oh yeah,
Because
right. Because you're the
I
ogre.
am Shrek.
you're Shrek.
Yeah.
You don't like unicorns, ponies, and all those rainbows?
No,
Say that'll do, donkey.
that'll do, donkey.
I had to. Frank likes Little Dicky.
See if this will work, actually.
It's his performance, man.
It's for performance. It's a performance enhancement there. I think they
Yeah.
frown on that in the end. Whatever.
The best performance enhancers.
Well, it's a good thing you're not an Olympian.
Anyway,
Anyway, so
Anywho,
we've got about 10 minutes left. Big G, is there anything else about you would like to share with the people?
oh god, that's a question.
what's your favorite tattoo?
Ooh, yeah, you've got a bunch of them. The Joker?
Killing joke.
Oh, Joker.
Absolutely. That was the very first thing that I ever wanted tattooed when I was like 13 years old.
Oh, wow.
So I always said, that's the very first tattoo that I'm going to get. And it wasn't.
And it wasn't.
Instead, I got a bull with a cave painting of a bull with a little weenie.
How are you, MF Vape? How's it going, buddy? All
Hey,
is
I'm
well
little
here,
pee-pee.
bro. And
So are you more DC than Marvel?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite DC superhero? I was going to say Marvel.
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got the Joker on one arm. I'm gonna guess he's got Batman on the other.
Yep.
So, Rebel or Alliance?
Neither. Bounty
Ooh.
hunter.
Actually, that's a pretty interesting question. If
Empire.
someone told you you could get
Rebel
any
Alliance
tattoo
or-
you wanted
That's
right
what I
now,
meant.
no cost, no limit, what would you get?
Probably get a full DC sleeve. You know, like just a full, either completely. That was originally what this was supposed to be. Was a half sleeve, you know, because I've got Arkham Asylum on the back of it.
Yep.
So this was supposed to be a sleeve, but it's just too much for.
I'd
money.
probably get my back done looking like a football jersey, and just put red leader 00 on it.
Tom Brady.
If I knew that the back wasn't so bloody sore, I would get Gotham City on my back
Ooh, that's a good one.
with the bat symbol, you know, the bat signal,
Going up,
You know,
yeah.
kind of up at the shoulder.
I have to say, I'm a big Marvel fan.
I
You're
love
a fo-
Marvel as well, but just
I
DC.
do love DC. I do love DC.
DC's just darker and grittier.
I see. CJ's a fan of the Avengers.
The
Yeah,
Avengers.
Avengers.
The Avengers.
Yeah.
The Avengers.
Dr. Manhattan is going to kick everyone's ass.
Absolutely, he already did. Apparently, that
Who's
was
Dr. Manhattan?
apparently the whole. Well, according to some people, Dr. Manhattan was the reason the whole DC 52 thing came about. You know, the rebranding of DC. He
Okay.
shifted everything into a parallel universe.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
why all the characters changed slightly.
Wait, Dr. Manhattan's dead?
He's not dead. He's just
Okay.
away.
He's away?
He's taking a
No!
siesta. He's taking a siesta.
So, so who's your favorite Marvel superhero then? If you had to pick one,
Hulk.
Hulk.
Yeah. Just cause, you know, he's just uncontrollable rage, you know.
Beast, isn't
I'll agree
Yeah.
to that.
he? Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
green, who looks like Shrek. and Shrek tries to keep creatures out of his swamp.
Yeah, exactly. That'll do. Yeah, absolutely, Hulk. I used
I
to
like
have anger
Hulk.
problems, so I can relate.
Ooh.
I don't really have a favorite
Hulk
Marvel
smash.
hero. I could tell you actually, I think we went over this before. I don't really have a
Yeah.
hero. I've got a favorite anti-hero from Marvel, and that's Deadpool.
Oh yeah,
That's Deadpool.
yeah.
DC. I
Rackley.
don't know. I'm on the same line as you. I've always just been a Batman and Joker fan.
I have to say,
Yeah.
like growing up, it was Superman because who
Yeah.
what boy didn't want to be Superman growing up?
Yeah.
But as I got older, it has become Batman. What Frank?
I didn't want to become
Me-
Superman. I'll be honest with you. Like for the longest time, I'll be honest with you, I didn't like Superman because I don't know, like it seems that I'm Batman. I'm more of a Batman guy. Just because, like, I mean, he doesn't have any powers aside from being super rich. But other than that, like,
Best line.
That is his power.
yeah,
Yep, that is the best line
True.
in that movie.
Yeah.
What's your superpower? I'm rich.
yeah,
Yeah. And the same can be, Tony Stark in Marvel is the Marvel's
equivalent.
Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing I like about Batman though is the thing I always liked about him is he's like just a quintessential Boy Scout. He's got an answer and something for everything, for every situation. You know, like he even carries about like kryptonite just in case. You know,
Chaos.
he has like specific tools for like specific superhero, just in case like some
Yeah.
crisis broke out,
Yeah.
right? Like that's actually pretty wise of him. So that's why I think I'm more of a Batman guy than a Superman guy growing up.
Yep.
yeah.
Red. You dirty bastard.
Superman, so I could hunt Supergirl.
Hey.
That's his cousin.
That's his cousin.
That's his cousin, dude.
First
Oh,
cousin or
Jesus.
second cousin?
Oh.
First,
Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
first?
It's still gross.
well, it's legal over here, but it's, still. Who
I know
wants
we
it?
she has one question here, Chaos Pixie, but I know she asked a question earlier that we never actually got to. When you build for preferred wire, what do you use?
Stainless steel.
Stainless.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
You
was
don't
always
prefer
used to
Nichrome?
use Nichrome 80, but I never liked stainless because it's quite hard to control to keep it high, to keep the resistance high. It's quite hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But once I got the hang of the right builds to keep the resistance up, stainless is just better flavor.
Okay.
Cool. Because I know a lot of people prefer Niachrome or Nichrome, however you want to pronounce it, but it's Nichrome Grim Green, not Niachrome. So yeah.
Yeah. That's right. I do. I prefer Nichrome 80 myself. I do have some stainless that I have to use up anyways. So, give my hand at some of that stuff.
It's good mixing the two.
There's no A in Nichrome. That's right. There's no A in Nichrome.
No, that's your Grim Green, not me.
Anyone else getting crazy buffering? I hope not. I hope to hell not. I'm not seeing any frames dropped on my end. But that
It's
could just be
dropping.
me. So she also wanted to know, last question, if you could have one superpower for a day, what would it be and why? She's good at these questions things.
She is. I don't know, probably just invisibility. Because then you could just disappear in awkward situations.
Be
Just-
naked for a day, no
like
one
you
will
just-
see you.
Or when there's-
back away
when there's-
slowly and go invisible.
Yeah, exactly.
Walk
When
away.
there's people that you really don't like, you can just go, "Yoop," that's it. Don't
You
need to
see him
deal with
coming,
them
you're
now.
like, Oh
Yeah.
shit, my mother-in-law's coming. Boop.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She is very good at these questions. I don't have it here with me. It's all the way over there. I'm not going to do it. I was going to say, I have a Star Wars Collector's Edition Trivial Pursuit game, and some of the questions in there are ridiculous. But I'm
Man.
thinking you'd probably get a few of them.
Maybe a few, because I think I've actually heard some of the questions, and some of them are just like, what?
Yeah. Like,
So,
what rank was such and such that fired such and such
Yeah.
weapon at such and such place? And I'm like, what
Yep.
the fuck? I don't know the answer to this.
Sit,
And I love Star Wars.
I'm just looking at the stream here. We are lagging a little bit.
Are we?
It does keep jumping.
Well, that's all right. We're going to be wrapping it up here anyways. Big G, I want to thank you very, very much for being here on the show with us, bud. It's much
Thanks very much,
appreciated.
man.
It's been a great
Thanks
conversation.
very much for having me.
Oh, anytime, man, anytime. CJ, Frank, Wolf, thank you guys so very much for doing what you do and
Cheers,
being a
guys.
part of this show. I love having you guys here. You guys had some really good input today, and I'm very happy with the way this show went. I was a little nervous at first, not because of you guys, just in general with all the dangle clacks, and then we had tuna
Because
pop
I
up.
was not feeling well last week.
You know, and so do you guys have anything you want to say in goodbyes? We'll start. Go ahead with Big G. Go ahead, throw your plugs out there. Do your
Well, if you're interested in just builds and just anything to do with coil building, or just talk about coil building, or if you just want to shoot the shit, you can go to my YouTube channel. It's under the Wire Talk with Big G name. We do Wired Wednesday, as what Frank said. We do sometimes the occasional Fused Friday, but we're always on Saturday nights at 11 p.m. UK time, which is 6 p.m. Eastern. And that's just an absolute hoot. It's just all of us sitting, just talking shit and getting rude.
What time is it? What time would it be in Antarctica?
Where?
Okay.
Is that
Let me
Star
just
Wars
Google
question?
that for you there, Frank. Like that matters. Let me Google it like it matters. Go ahead, guys. You guys say your goodbyes.
Chat. Thank you very much for popping in. Without you guys, we don't have a show, so thank you so much for popping in there. Spanish, you do a great job as always. Big G, really nice to meet you, and I
too,
did
man.
give you a little sub in the live there, so I'll check you
Awesome.
out. Check you out tomorrow. Lethal, Frank, big love as always. And yeah, everybody just stay safe, stay indoors. And yes, wash your hands.
Dirty bastards, wash them.
Watch
Yeah.
'em.
yeah. And yeah, thank you very much for popping in. And we'll see you next week with a very exciting show.
Yes.
Yes.
Very exciting indeed.
So, Frank, want to say goodbyes?
So we have to say goodbye because first we already had one dislike. We don't want it to continue. Second of all, CJ needs to go to his boy band stuff and listen to that so he could sleep. And yeah, like with that.
Don't be mean to me. It's my birthday.
Oh yeah,
Yes, happy birthday to CJ.
Happy birthday, dude.
Happy birthday.
It is officially 1 hour since our friend CJ has turned
21.
26.
26. Oh, wow.
26, and he doesn't have any
Never
facial
mind.
hair.
Not congratulations. I want to be 26 again. Trade places with you. Shit. No, seriously, congratulations, buddy. Happy birthday.
Hey man, happy birthday. Hey, Red says I thought you were 19. No, but that being said, tomorrow I think it depends.
Wait,
honestly, like
19 with a daughter?
19 with a daughter, by the way.
Holy cow.
How old again? 3, 4?
She's 3, so that would have been, I was 16 when she was
16.
born.
What?
You got busy early, bro. You got a jump start on that.
But like that being said, so wolf by tomorrow maybe. on KVTV's channel. So yeah, that's 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. I don't know what it would be in UK time, maybe 11 p.m. So yeah, and yeah, that's me
Awesome.
basically.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you guys very, very much in chat. Thank you to all the spanners, wrenches, whatever you want to call yourselves. Um, thank you guys for doing such a great job in chat, as you always do. Guys, it's Wednesday. We have 2 days left before the weekend, but don't let that discourage you. And in case something does have you down, remember that you are the master of your own destiny. You're the only one in this world that can pick and choose how positive or negative your days will ever be. So keep the positivity high, keep the smile on your face, and let the negative brush off your shoulders. Love y'all. Thank you so very, very much. From us to you, this has been The Lounge Live, and we'll catch you in the next one with a very special guest. I forgot to mention that. Stay tuned. I'm not going to even say his name right now, but we have a very special guest coming on next week as well, and it's going to be a very exciting show. So big love to you all. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you on the next one. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, keep it cloudy, and yeah, let's keep fighting for our right to vape, guys. Peace.